This is a quick overview on setting up a basic automation cell. There's a lot more you can do. However, to help you get started, we'll run through some of the initial setup steps. You can add additional devices such as machines, cameras, inspection systems, robots, and other factory equipment. IP addresses can be easily added and set up. These connections use the connector drivers we call transformers. They're accessible right inside our software, and you can use them as is or extend them yourself. And if you need one that's not already there, you can create your own quickly. You want to start by setting up your initial cell. First, you'll click the menu bar on the top right and select Devices. Then, Add Devices. This will register the device at the cell. From there, a menu will open where you will add the name of your device, for example, UR20, add the manufacturer name, in this case, Universal Robots, select the machine, model, and controller. If this is your primary device, you want to select On. The primary device is the pacesetter or coordinator of the cell that orchestrates the timing for the robots, machines, and peripherals. Typically, the primary device is the robot, but it can be assigned to any device in the cell. Turning on Monitoring Enabled will turn on the publication or pulling of data back to Flexxbotics. This will ping and check the status on a regular basis. If monitoring is off, it will only get a status or info when data is requested. In the Layout section, you can lay out the entire cell as a digital twin. This allows you to see the progress and workflow of parts as they go through different operations. The first step to set this up is to select the work cell you want to configure. Click Add Equipment and give it an equipment name. Select if it is a device or an Infeed. Also check if this is going to be the primary device for the cell. Select the device added from the previous steps. Select the icon that most closely matches the type of device you're adding, and then repeat until all your equipment and Infeed are accounted for in the cell. As you can see, it's a drag and drop and it's fully extensible, so you can set up cells much faster and consistently. And you can use the AI programming tools to create new connector drivers even faster. To set up your Infeed, you'll select Infeed. Then add the Infeed type, such as carousel for rotating storage, grid for organized tray layout, drawer for stage batch loading, chute for gravity-fed parts pickup. If you select grid, you can create the parts per row and the number of rows. Check line clear if your cell requires line clearance for regulatory compliance. This might also be referred to as changeover verification, depending on your industry. This type of functionality is a big time saver when you're running in compliance environments as opposed to writing custom function blocks with part tracking routines and traceability logic. Once you set up the cell, you can now import your part information. You can update parts individually or do bulk loads by importing them all at once. In more advanced setups, you can pull part definition information from one or more manufacturing systems like ERP, MES, or PLM systems. Once your part info is in, you'll want to name the part families and assign property types to each property name. These part properties can be added and extended, as well as you can have as many data elements as you need for more complex parts, units, or assemblies. Now you can set up variables. Create variables for the cell, such as outer diameters or offsets. Set which device this is assigned to and the units of measurement. Set a nominal value and then thresholds, and click Create to create a variable. This functionality includes the foundational capabilities for more advanced types of setups that you want to explore, like the many different ways you can apply autonomous process control. Next, add in the order number from the traveler. This can also be set up for barcode scanning, RFID, or direct feeds from the ERP or MES. Add the part number and quantity, and do this for any work order that will run. Select Next. Assign work orders and parts to a particular slot, row, or entire Infeed. Once assigned, then select Start Run, and you're able to start production with all parts, part job, and variables synced to your factory cells. There's a lot more that can be set up depending on the type of manufacturing you're running and level of complexity in your operations. This is really just scratching the surface. You can begin setting up your automation cells, connecting your machines, and running automated production. You can also explore more advanced functionalities like closed-loop variable updates and parameter settings based on real-time feedback for autonomous operations. For additional videos and information, visit our YouTube channel and flexxbotics.com.